who prefer to have class in virtual form, in virtual mode. Okay, so this is confusing because making a decision about this is so hard for universities. So I think if we have a unified decision from students, it will be a lot easier to program for the next semester. If you prefer virtual classes like this, you should mention it. And if you prefer attending the classes in Tehran, it's another choice you can have. But I really suggest you to have a unified opinion, unified decision about this. Okay, so let's continue our course. I think we were talking about a file system, distributed file system, and today we will continue from where we left. Just a second, I open the slide for you. Okay, I think now you can see the slides. I told you about these things, and today we are going to talk about cluster-based file systems. Okay, cluster-based file systems. Okay. Guys, please unmute your microphone to enable us to teach better. Okay. We've discussed the matter of cluster computing, as you may recall. What? Okay, cluster computing. What is cluster computing? I think you all may recall that because we've discussed cluster computing, I think about half of a session. So let me remind you, cluster computing is a form of distributed computing in which we have multiple computers, for example, 200 or 300, or even more, far less. For example, 10 computers, 5 computers, even. Okay, but typically in data centers, we usually cluster about 200 to 300 of computers with each other, and we call them cluster. And these computers are connected to each other with a high-speed network, high-speed local network. What is it? Do you want to say something? Because I heard a voice, but it's disconnected now. Okay. So in cluster computing environments, we have several computer nodes, and we connect these computers with high-speed local area network. And usually we have a master node which is in charge of managing the entire cluster. Okay, So in file systems, you know, in today's computing, in today's world of computing, we have this problem. We have huge amount of data that needs to be stored and retrieved. Okay, so storing the information on a single computer or on a single hard disk or things like that, these centralized solutions, these single node solutions are not a solution for today's challenge. So we need to bring better solutions. One of these important solutions, one of common solutions for storage and retrieval of a large scale amount of data in form of file is cluster-based distributed file systems. Okay, so we have cluster-based distributed file systems which enable us to store and retrieve information in a cluster of computers. Let me write you the homework, which is an important. Guys, for this homework, I need a report. All of you should make a report about what I'm going to tell you. This is mandatory report. Okay, what is this report? This report is a 2-page document, not copied from internet. So you should read the content from the internet, but you should write by your own language. Must be in English. Okay. Okay, what report? What report? I will tell you. Okay, so this is the report. This is the specification of your report, and let me say you what should you do your research about network attached storage or NAS. What happened? NAS. I don't know why this happens. NAS or NAS or network as attached storage. SAN. I want you to work on SAN, storage area network, and also on Hadoop and Spark. Okay, because I think it's 3 is more appropriate for it. So please prepare your report on these topics as I told you, and create a report and send it to me. You have 4 days. You have 4 days to prepare your report. 4 days from now. So you have to prepare it until 25 of December. This is due date. Okay. You should prepare a 3-page document about these terms. In this 3 pages, you should tell me about NAS, had duped an spark. Okay, you have about 4 days to prepare these reports. File or a RAR file which contains all of these reports that you received from the students. Okay? Guys, do you have any question about this? It's so important. It is so important because this report has, let me write it for you here.
Hello, doctor.
3 points. Yes.
How are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing today?
Thank you. I'm fine. Sorry, doctor, but we choose all the topics. You wrote it in this paper. Made just a 3-page document, but we send it to Miss Rasha.
Yes, you prepare your report and you send it to the Rasha Sarmat, okay?
Okay. Report must be contain introduction,
No
or just
introduction and no conclusion. No conclusion and no introduction. Okay, just
okay.
just your name and your student number at the top of the report, and then you will write, for example, NAS, and then as a title. Then you will write whatever you found on the internet, and then SAN and things like that. At the end of this report, this is so important. Let me write it because this your question is good because it reminds me something important. Must have references section. At the end of your report, you should add a reference section in which you will tell me what references you have used for preparing this report. Okay, what references you've been used?
Doctor, the size of the size of the letters must be 32 down to 28 or what?
I couldn't understand what you said because your voice
Size of
has
font.
cut off. Yes,
Size of
I
font.
think you know it,
32?
but I will write it here if you have this.
32
No,
down to
it's
32?
font size is 14. Okay,
Okay, okay. Thank you.
font size is 14. Okay, anything else?
No, thank you.
You are welcome. Guys, is there any other questions regarding this important topic? I wrote here, please pay attention. This report will have 3 points of your final score. So do the best you can, and pay attention to this important note here. You should not send me a report that is copied from internet. Don't copy and paste. Okay, because guys, this is my process. Every time I use this process, I send the reports I receive from students to my plagiarism checker, an automated service, and the reports that use internet and copy and paste it from internet will be put aside, and I will not give any score to those reports. Okay, this is my standard process. So don't copy and paste. Read
Doctor,
the text and write it by your own language. Yes.
Doctor, I want to ask something about this topic. Um, oh, it's it's only definition, NAS and SAN and HADOP, or what they work, or what?
You know, if I ask you, for example, now I ask you, okay, hello, what is SAN? You may tell, if you know that what is SAN, what the SAN is, you will tell me about 1 or 2 minutes about the SAN, okay, or
Okay.
NAS or Hadoop or Spark. So you should write your report as if you want to answer this simple question: what is NAS? And the answer shouldn't be a single sentence, okay?
Okay.
I need you to talk about 1 minute or 2 minutes about each of these technologies.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Sorry,
Thank you.
doctor, you mean summary about all of them?
Yes, yes. You should read the page on the internet or books or anything you want, and then you should prepare a digest. For example, a paragraph or 2 paragraphs. Okay, I think 1 paragraph for each of these items, SAN and NAS, is enough. And for Hadoop, we may need 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs, and for Spark, I think we need 2 or 3 paragraphs. You can write your report in 2 or 3 pages. Okay, I prepare a 3 page document because I want you to prepare writing in English. Writing is a skill that you should prepare yourself.
Doctor,
Okay.
that's mean the final exam have just 7 degree?
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Doctor,
Okay,
I
doctor.
want, Doctor, I want something about what you say at the first session. You say about that some students sent you emails about we must go to Tehran and we must have lectures face to face.
Some students prefer that. Yes.
Yes,
I
but all
myself,
us.
I will not have physical classes. Okay.
Okay,
I will not
but
have
all
physical
us
classes.
in this class, all us and all students sent me that they want yeah, they want dance system or dance system, and they want online,
Okay, you
Doctor.
need virtual classes. Okay, online classes.
Yes, yes,
You should prepare a letter. I think prepare a letter. For
okay,
example, write
yes,
2 or 3 lines and say the students of the students, for example, we 40 students and want to have online class for the next semester because of coronavirus or anything like that,
yes, yes,
and then all of you should sign that. Okay, all the students that you say
okay,
wants virtual classes should sign that, and then you should send it to the Dr. Kuchari, to the group manager, Dr.
university
Kuchari,
or what?
Dr. Mehdi. Yes. What?
Okay, doctor.
Okay,
We
okay,
suggest to write a paper and send it to Dr. Mahdi Bour to send it to the university.
all of us, all names. Okay,
Yes. Yeah. One person should write the letter, and all of you should
okay,
sign it. Write
okay,
your name and sign it,
Okay.
because it's important for the university to know that you prefer which form of class. Okay, you prefer online classes or you prefer physical classes, because right now we are preparing the next term, the program for the next term. So I strongly suggest that you send your letter today. Okay, it's so important to do it quickly.
Okay,
Okay.
doctor.
Okay.
Thank you
It's
for
limited
telling
time.
us.
Thank you. Thank you, doctor.
Yes,
Thank you for
because
our
some of the
notice.
classes are now going to be in physical mode. Some of classes are currently in physical mode, programmed for next semester. And I think if you prefer online classes, I know you should travel from Iraq to Tehran, and I know it has its own risks for you and your family. So I think it's if you prefer this, you should write letter to Dr. Mehtipur and Dr. Kuchari to inform them about your unified this. And if you can do it more students, it's better. For example, if you have connections with the next class or other classes, you can prepare a unified letter with more than 40 or 50 signs on that. Okay, it's so strong.
Really, doctor, all of us, we need a virtual classes because our organization um, um, not approval us to travel in other country.
السلام عليكم.
Okay, so write it quickly, and if you think the students follow your opinion,
Okay.
you should write it and prepare this letter. I think another student said something. I couldn't hear it perfectly.
Yeah, I think محمد سليم.
رشا لو ست اسماء اللي ترجمها عفوا.
Dear Muhammad, do you want to say something to me?
Yes, I need from report. I need more time. It's for 4 days.
Okay. I will add more time to it. I will extend it to the next week. Okay, 27th of December.
Mercy.
Thank you, doctor.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your notice.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, is there anything else you want to tell me, or it's finished? So don't forget to tell all of your friends about this report, guys. It has a huge weight for your final score. 3 points of your final score will be defined by this report. You know, guys, I know you're stressed out. I know you're worried about you're worrying about the final quiz. So I decreased this the weight of your final quiz. Okay, you just have to answer the questions to reach to 7. To score 7, okay? Maximum score is 7 in your final exam. And before I set it to 10 points. I think you remember. But now I decrease it to 7 points. So prepare this report and pay attention to prepare it with a proper quality. And
Thank you, Doctor.
You are welcome. You're welcome. But
you are a great teacher. Thank you.
Okay, it's good of you. But guys, do not copy and paste from internet. It's so important. Do not copy and paste from internet. Everything, or do not help each other to, for example, rephrase sentences and send me a report. For example, I wrote a report and then I rephrase it for my friend. This is not helping. Okay, this is not helping your friend. I want you to do this simple report. It's not so hard. It's so easy, you know. I think with a 1 hour search, you can answer all of these questions. Okay, but I want you to practice writing in English. Practice writing reports. Okay, help each other, but do not copy and paste or rephrase things from each other. Okay, so let's return to the course. let me. Okay, I think it's better now. So, for cluster-based distribution file system, as I told you, it's important. We need to use multiple computers to store and retrieve files. We have two approaches. First is the whole file distribution, and the second one is file stripping. Whole file distribution and file stripping. So, in whole file distribution, we have, for example, 4 or 5 servers, okay, and yes, you can see it here. You can see it here. Look, here we have full whole file distribution. We have 3 servers, 1, 2, 3. In each server, we put blocks of the file. For example, here we have file A. We put all blocks of file A in this single computer, and then we place blocks of file B in this computer, and C in this, D in this. As you can see, all of the blocks of each file is stored on a single computer. Just compare it with this one, file strip. Now, in this one, we distribute the file blocks. For example, in this computer, in this node, we have a block of file A, another block of file A on this computer. We have another block of file A in this computer. Let me draw you a shape of this file to help you understand. If this is file A, then we can say, let me draw you as this block 1 of file A. Okay, this is block 1 of file A. This is block 2 of file A. And this is block 3 of file A. Okay, block 3. Block 2, block. And this whole thing is block, is a file, for example, A. Okay, let me draw it with different better now. So this is file A, as you can see. Okay, this is file A. And each block, for example, each block is, I don't know, 5 megabytes, okay, 10 megabytes. I don't know, it depends on your specification. We will discuss it later. For example, in Google file system, we will see how Google works. But now I don't want you to impose any unnecessary constraints on the system. So block 1, block 2, and block 3 of file A. For example, if this file is if this file A is 8 megabytes, the size of file A is 8 megabytes. Okay, I write it here for you. We know that the size of this file. And also, for example, each block has a maximum of 3 megabytes. So for example, this block is 3 megabytes, this block is 3 megabytes, and this block will be 2 megabytes because it's an 8 megabyte it's an 8 megabyte file system. Let me show it to you in this. Okay. Now it's now better and understandable. Okay. In whole file distribution, all of these blocks will be stored on single computer. Okay, so if we want to draw some arrows, let me clean up this thing here and let me draw some arrows for you. We will put the first block here, the second block here, and the third block here, all of them on a single computer. Okay, this is whole file distribution. And if we have file B and file C and file D and file E, each file and all of its blocks will be stored on single node. Okay, but in file stripped system, which we have here in file strip system, for example, here we store on this node, we store part 3 of the file, and let me use another color to distinguish between these two models, and we store part 2 on this computer. Okay, and also for file for part 3 we used this computer. Okay, as you can see, in whole file distribution, all of file blocks will be stored in single computer, and in file stripped system, each block will be stored on separate computer. And don't forget, each of these computers, each of these cylinders are is an independent computer. Okay, this is a computer, for example, computer 1, computer 2, and computer 3. Okay, now please read this slide carefully, and if you have any question, you can ask me. Guys, it doesn't have to be like this. We can put store this on this computer and this on this. It doesn't have any special schema here. I'm waiting for your questions, guys. This is server 1. This is server 2. And this is server 3. And this is server 3. Okay, if you don't have question, it's so good. We can continue. Let me finish this writing here. Okay. So, in whole file distribution, we distribute the blocks of each file on a single computer, but we have many servers. For example, in this figure, you saw that we have 1, 2, and 3 servers, but each file will be stored on a single server. And the file stripping is opposite, because we store each block of files of each block of a file on a different server. So it's better for large files. As you can see here, file stripping is more appropriate for large files, and you can store very large files on different servers, each part on each server. For example, this 3 megabyte here, this 3 megabyte here, this 2 megabyte here. Okay, in this way, you have tremendous files, large files. Okay, but you know, we have a very serious problem when we use file stripping. The problem is this: how can I find which block contains the information I seek? Which block contains the information I seek? For example, I want to see the information, the profile of one of my students. Okay, is it stored in this block, or it is stored in this block, or is it stored in this block? I don't know. If there is if you can devise a plan, or develop a mechanism or a formula which helps you to find the block that the information is stored, then this method is very good for you. Okay, so if, for example, I say, okay, the name of my student is Hamid Rajabi. Okay, Hamid Rajabi. Okay, you can say, you can bring your I don't know, table, and see it. You can see. Let me draw a paper for a table for you. For example, this is a sample table. Here you have 3 blocks. Yes, so you can have something like this and this. Okay, it's finished. Now I can say, okay, family starts with and block number. Okay, now if I want to find all my information about what students, I can just use this table. How this table works: this table is designed as this. For example, a family starts with A to all. The block number is block 1. S to V here in block. W to Z. Okay, like 2. So we have this table. For example, I saw a message on chat box. No student, no real student named Hamid Rajabi. I'm going to tell you information about where can I find information about Hamid. Let me write another number, another name. Jack Black. Okay, that's better. We don't have anyone named Jack Black in the class. Jack Black. So, where can I find information about Jack Black? Okay, I refer to this table here, and quickly I can say yes, Jack Black is in this block. Jack Black, the family is with B. Okay, so it is in block. The family starts with B. So the block of file is block number 1. Okay, and this is this table can be called as a directory table. Look, this is an example. This is a hypothetical example. I want you to see how this file stripping works. Okay, let me highlight it. Okay. So in this model, in this file stripping model, the question is here. I want to find information about Mr. Black. Okay, Mr. Black. Where should I search? I should go to this server or this server or this server. Which one? Okay, there is a directory table. Think about that. There's a directory table. I check that directory table and I see, okay, Mr. Black, the Black family starts with B. So it is in this range, A to R. And then I can find out. So the block 1 contains the characters A, B, C, D, E, F, to R. Okay, so then I can go check this. Okay, block 1. Where is block 1? Block 1 is here. Okay, it is in server 2. Yes? This is so simple. Okay, I'm waiting for any question, any misunderstandings, any need for more explanation. Please read this and think about it. Think about it. Okay, I'm waiting for you. Do you have any question? Guys, I know many of you may have some questions in their mind, but I don't know why you don't ask your question. Because I'm teaching these things, these category of things for over a decade. So I know students have problems with these things. When I tell them they need more explanation, they need more clarification on the topic. But okay, if you don't have any question, we can. We can proceed. Okay,
Sorry, doctor.
so
Example, sir. Again, with some detail.
example,
Yes, doctor.
you literally to give each block of a file on a separate server. Okay, for example, this block is stored on this server. Or block 2 is stored on server 3, or block 3 is stored on server 1. Okay, it is on a different server. But to view information about one of my students, okay, and his name is Jack Black. Okay, which block should I search? Should I go to server 2? In the block, go to server 3. And the family name is to start with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R are stored in block 1, as mentioned in this table. Okay, and then we know that we should check block number 1, and we can see that the block number 1 is stored on server 2, and done. Okay, if you have, if you can design this table to find your information in a file, in the blocks of a file, then file stripping is good for you. But if you have some kind of information, a file stripping system. Okay, so I'm telling you about a challenge. When you use file stripping, you need to know which block of file contains what information. And if your information is some kind of structured information, which you can easily devise a table like this, which helps the users to find their target blocks, then the file stripping uh, mechanism is good for you. But if you can't do such thing, then file stripping is not a good option for you. You need more explanation, or it is now resolved for you?
No, doctor. Thank you very much. So clear. That means we search depends on the first number that the that means we search depends on the first number, the first letter. Sorry, that the name starts with.
Yes, yes, but it's an example, you know. Your information may be in another form.
Yes, I know.
In another form. Okay, for your information, for your own information, I don't know, for example, you may don't want to store information about names and students profiles. For example, you work in banking sector. Okay, the information there is quite quite different with this.
Okay, okay, doctor.
Okay.
That's so clear. Thank you.
Yes. So I don't know why a student sent something. Guys, I see in chat box you are regarding final exam. We are not talking about final exam now. I'm currently I'm teaching you some new lessons. I told you I learn it, to understand, and learn because your exam is that you should bring your final exam. Okay, please don't be distracted. Don't ask questions about final exam. We are we are learning some new materials. Okay, so pay attention, be focused, stay focused. So let's answer this line. Yes,
Doctor.
yes.
Track 1 file, we go to surface number 2.
You know, it doesn't have any rule. For example, I can say I can change it like this.
It's algorithm, some algorithm or
blocks are assigned to these servers. Okay, but of course there is some algorithm in the back that controls which server should store what block. These blocks are identical. According to, you know, we block files into blocks to help the distribution. Okay, so it doesn't matter which server contains which file. Okay, but of course there is an algorithm which manage these distributions. Okay, but the simplest form is round robin. You know, round robin says start to propagate blocks from this one and give this server one block, this server one block, this server one block, then go back, this server another block, this server another block, this server another, then go back, this server another. All of files will be divided into different blocks, and then we use this simple algorithm, as I told you, to assign different blocks to different servers. this server one, this server one, this server one, again, this server one, this server one, this server one, again, this server one. Okay? This is simple and affordable algorithm. But really, it doesn't matter which server stores our information because it's a cluster. It's a cluster. You know, in cluster, server 1, server 2, and server 3, from a hardware perspective, they're homogeneous. As you may recall, I told you about heterogeneous and homogeneous. They are homogeneous. So we can say that it doesn't matter which server stores which perspective of computer, and even software, I don't know, operating system, things like that. So, other question? Any other question?
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor.
You are welcome. So, this file stripping is, first, it's more suitable for large files. If you use simple and small files, this model is not quite effective. Okay, it's waste of time, it's overkill. And if we need, this is so important. If we have a regular file structure, then we can use file stripping. What is regular file structure? This is regular file structure. This table. If we can devise or design such table, then we can say the file has regular file structure. Okay. For example, it stores records, and each record has 10 bytes or 10 kilobytes. I don't know. A rule. Okay. A rule on the structure of file. If we have rules on the structure of file, we can say it's a regular file. And file stripping is very fit for storing, retrieving regular file structures. And on the other hand, this file stripping is not a good option for general purpose applications and files with irregular data format or structure. Okay, so if we have a regular file structure and our file is large, or our files are large, then the file stripping is a very good option for us. Guys, Google and Google file system is one of the most famous, maybe the most famous file system that uses this method, the file stripping method. Okay. Let's have a quick break. And then we will continue about this. And after that, we can have the presentations. Let's have a 10 minutes break.
التصميم أساسية لخدمات الهاتف المحمول.